Hey guys, this is Daniel. I am the you, podcast YouTuber manager. I just wanted to ask you to please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Do you have any questions or ideas for what we should do next? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below.
Welcome to the McCourt College Experience Podcast. We missed uploading last week's podcast due to technical difficulties, but we're back this week with a special double episode of Divrei Torah. So this is episodes 12 and 13 combined. But first, some goings-on at MCE. We are looking forward to Tu B'Shvat, the new year for the trees, that begins Sunday night, and we're excited for a delicious and inspiring Tu B'Shvat Seder on Monday. Tu B'Shvat marks the turning point when the winter rainy season in Israel begins to warm in anticipation of spring and warmer weather. We're also hard at work developing a Purim Spiel video that we expect to be fun and hilarious, so stay tuned for that. But now, let's get to the Divrei Torah. Okay, Yoshua, here we go.
We read in the Haggadah, B'chol dor v'dor chayav Adam liros es asmo kihilu hu yatzam Mitzrayim. Now, which means, in every generation, one should see themselves as they came out of Mitzrayim. In this week's parsha, Hashem brought us out of the Mitzrayim, where we were not free yet. We were still in transit. Today, it can sometimes feel like we're struggling, but God tells us we should see ourselves as moving something better.
Yashkach.
Nice.
Okay, Yodi, let's go.
In this week's Parsha, Am Yisrael was asked, follow the sheep, what is blood, what is doorpost, what is the mitzvah, unique to the regulation that left Egypt. Rambam explains that the sheep was sacred God to the Egyptians. He says that this act was to show everyone we are different and follow Hashem. We learn from this. This is not always easy to follow Hashem, as sometimes we courage to do the right thing.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. With Chaim Kanievsky, a Gadol was asked, how many times is Moshe's name mentioned in the Torah? Chaim Kanievsky Shlita thought for only one moment, and he answered that Moshe's name appears 615 times. But the questionnaire thought it was 617 times. When he did a computer search, I want to give his explanation for this as well as to share my very own. First, the computer search confused the one word for sheep, miseh, from Moshe because not marked in the kudos or vowels. In the Varm Parak Tes Vav Pasuk Beis, the same problem occurs with a different word. Another answer which I learned is that there are 613 mitzvot in the Torah, and the extra two can symbolize Hashem and Moshe or Hashem and Luchos. Good Shabbos, everyone. Hope you enjoy.
Good job. Okay, Jonah, we are recording.
I want to share my father's thoughts on the Exodus from Egypt. He explains that the story is book-ended by the sleepiness of the Pharaoh, disturbing dreams for the first Pharaoh, and a deadly midnight plague for the last Pharaoh. The first Pharaoh go back to sleep because he wanted to have his kingdom. The last Pharaoh could not go back to sleep because he enslaved others. We learn from this that doing acts of kindness can help to ease our minds.
Yashkach. Okay, Yehoshua, you're recording.
After the Yidden left Mitzrayim, we celebrate the holiday of Pesach. the celebration of our becoming free from slavery in Mitzrayim. Why do we eat matzah instead of challah on Pesach? Matzah is supposed to be lechem oni, the bread of our affliction in Mitzrayim. Is that how we want to celebrate our freedom, by eating bread of slaves? I'll answer that there is another symbol for matzah. It is a bit of haste because we were in such a rush to leave Mitzrayim. We did not have time for the dough rise. Learning from this is that sometimes we need to rush to free ourselves.
Great job, Yasher Koch. Okay, Simcha, go ahead.
In this week's parsha, we're told about the Jewish people arriving near the Red Sea and became surrounded by difficulties on both sides. Behind them, there were tons of Egyptians that were pursuing them. In front of them, there was the sea. It seemed as the Jewish people had nowhere to go. In this situation, they called out to God. Rashi explains that the Jewish people adopted in the mindset of their forefathers. Just like the Avot prayed, so too the Jewish people prayed. They were instantly praying to turning to their true selves. In this scenario, there was nothing to do but to pray. That was the big part of the Jewish people, the journeys towards becoming a nation, relying on Hashem's in the most difficult situation. We learn from this that in our lives we could always turn to Hashem in the most difficult situations, and to continue to improve ourselves throughout our lives as we try to return to what we once had and we once were.
Good job. Yasher Koch. That's our Torah Roundup for this week. Let's thank our contributors, Yehoshua, Yudi, Menachem Aaron, Jonah, and Simcha. Thanks as always to Danny, our YouTube manager, and to our video editor, Max. I'm your sound engineer, Rabbi Shore. Thank you for listening, and Shabbat Shalom.